Hello everyone, a new Tower of Adversity is out, but in this video I will not be heavily talking about the Tower of Adversity stages because it is one of the easiest, and I mean the easiest adversity clears that I've had since I've been doing full star clears. Now this could maybe be contributed by the fact that I have an S3 R1 Lucy that made the last two towers, 3 and 4, last two chambers, or what you want to call that, floors, very trivial. And the first two floors were very trivial with Aemeath Premium, with Aemeath, Lynae and Mornye. So I did not face any difficulty in this one, which is why I don't have a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about. But I think I have a lot to talk about the, I'm saying about a lot. No, I want to talk about the entire patch that we've got just now, the entire Mengzhou area, the Shuangfang area, the main story that we had, the characters that we got introduced to, Sui Sui, Xingqiao, Yang Yang, Jingren as of now, and Shin. So overall, and moving forward from Lahai Roy, personally I don't really vibe with the fact that that we only stay in one region for 6 months. Now it made sense with Renacita because Septimont on a whole is just an extension of Renacita. It's like a neighboring country, and in the end they converged both the Septimont arcs and the Renacita arcs together, so it felt like one giant family towards the end. With Lahai Roy and then Mengzhou, it's like two different worlds altogether. Like Lahai Roy is kind of like what should I say, it's kind of like a different world altogether. It's kind of like Hogwarts from Harry Potter, where where you have people from all over the world, and then straight from Hogwarts you're going somewhere to exclusively Chinese. So it's kind of like there's not even a hint of trying to converge them towards the end, because we all know that Aemeath, Lucilla, Sigrika, all these characters that we just met, Lynae and all, they will not appear in the Mengzhou arc. So it's kind of like a short story sort of thing, which I mean it may work for some people, but I don't know, I'm just a huge fan of the year-long arcs that we've been having in recent gacha games. Like I liked the Amphorius arc, even though I didn't like the storytelling of it, but the Amphorius arc really played out well. Nordcry was really well done, and I think with Wuthering Waves, I mean they are trying something different, but still I don't think it's my cup of tea. But that does not deviate from my point, do not deviate from the fact that it was not well done. The what should I say, the graphics, the story presentation, all of them was spectacular. I kind of liked the natural vibe of the area. It was very lush green. It felt very fresh compared to Lahai Roy, which felt kind of futuristic, which felt kind of Lone Trailish, cyberpunkish. So with Mengzhou, it felt like we're going back to Huanglong, and it's kind of back to your old 1.0 era stuff. Now one thing that that didn't make sense to me, I'll talk about the story later, but talking about the exploration right now, one thing that didn't make sense to me was the addition of the bike. Like we could have had a flying mechanism, like the Renacita flying wings could have made a comeback, because I believe that when you want to design a new open world, and if you want to add vehicles to it, you need to redesign the map. You need to design the map in such a way that driving the vehicle does not feel uncomfortable. A prime example of this is the Batman Arkham series, where you have Arkham City, where you can see that the roads were narrow because you don't have to drive the Batmobile. But then when you jump into Arkham Knight, they've expanded upon Gotham. The roads are wide. They are wide enough for at least two vehicles to drive side by side. And that is to accommodate the Batmobile, because they designed the map in such a way that the Batmobile has to feel comfortable to drive. Now with Lahai Roy, the map felt like it was built for bikes. You had roads, you had to build your roads, and There were spacious areas. You were not obstructed at every moment, at every turn. You could jump up with no obstruction. So Lynae felt that it was designed for the bike. Like the bike made sense over there. Coming to Mengjo, I don't think that the bike makes sense over here. Like I just do not believe that it makes sense at all. Because one moment I'm trying to jump, I'm trying to fly, and I get stuck on a tree. The trees block me. There are no roads at all. There are roads, like there are a few holographic roads in the air that aren't really obvious until you get really close to it. The grip line, the zip line structure that they have going is very clunky in nature. Like I don't feel that it's very fluid. Like you can't just jump from one zip line to another zip line to another zip line continuously. It's like it's kind of, there's this level of clunkiness to it, and that just makes things really iffy. Like at this point I just felt that the bike wasn't a thing in Mengjo for traversal, because they have this expansive lands, and like I said when Renacita was ending, like once you get the flight, once you get wings, once you can fly in any game, I don't think there's anything going back. Like there's no going back from it. There's no going back from flying, man. Like even in Genshin, the moment that they introduced Chaska, even till this date, Snezhnaya is coming. We've had 2 years of Chaska, but still she is the #1 unit for exploration because she can fly. So flying beats everything. So I don't know why they went with the bike and all, but it is what it is. Now, alright, talking about the story, I kind of like that they went back and they gave more depth to these Huanglong characters, because to be honest, these characters are quite forgettable, and the 1.0 story is really not it. Like you have to drag yourself through it. You can only play it if you genuinely enjoy the game, enjoy the graphics, want to goon to the characters, like Jinshi, Yingling, Yinlin, Yang Yang. You want to goon to them, that's fine, that's great, but the story was quite ass, not gonna lie. The story in this one focused heavily on Yang Yang, on her sister Sui Sui, and I think that they did it really well. That they have grown, they've obviously grown, because Renacita taught them, Lynae taught them, so they know how to write character stories now. They know how to promote the character banner of the patch, and then once the banner ends, it's GG's for that character, sadly, but it is what it is. I liked Yang Yang's backstory. I liked the transformation scene that they gave her towards the end, where where she had the Shuangling birds embrace her, unravel her, and then she transforms into a new form. I was quite confused when they announced Yang Yang Shuangling. Like, what the hell does Shuangling mean? But the story did explain well enough. Like, if you have brains, you could easily understand the significance of Shuangling, the symbolism of Shuangling, and why now it completely makes sense that, Yang Yang Shuangling is a character. I liked her sister. I like her sister a lot more than Yang Yang, to be honest. Partly because, one, she is blonde, which is like easy. Second, Yang Yang did not come home. She sent a certain lion boy to me, so I'm kind of pissed about that. Yep. And third, Sui Sui's dress is like, if you've seen it, if you've seen the photos, it is great. It is great, especially that part. Yeah, no, I like the voice actress of Sui Sui as well. Yang Yang has a brood, but Sui Sui is a nice addition to the entire character roster, and I think she, alongside Shin and Qingshao, are one of my most hyped characters of this new Mengjo area. I wasn't really hyped for Yang Yang because, to be honest, and I kind of understand why she didn't come, is because I never replied to her letters. Like, never filled a survey at all. I just forget about it, honestly. So yeah, that was for Yap Yap. I also called her Yap Yap a lot while I was pulling, so that's another thing. But yeah, no, the story was a nice prologue to, like, to the problems that Mengjo, that Shuangfang is facing with the auto puppets, with the new threat that is most likely not the Fraxidus, but still very likely the Fraxidus. Like, I think Wuthering Waves writing team has a love-hate relationship with the Fraxidus, where even if they try to imply that it is not the Fraxidus, even if the main villain in this arc just said we are not affiliated with them, and then still the player goes, is that so? Really? Yeah, but I think that they really did it well. I mean, apart from the performance issues, which were massive, like I had massive stutters, crashes. I crashed maybe 4 or 5 times while I was playing through the main quest while I was recording it. I think it was a problem with the ray tracing stuff, but still I wish they didn't optimize the game, at least the story, because that's what really deserves the most care, the most optimization. Like you can have stutters in the Tower of Adversity, like whatever I'm doing over here. You can have stutters in Whimpering Waves. I don't mind that, but ruining the story experience with continuous stutters, with shader compilations, that just does not fit well into my books. Like that is the main aspect of your game. At least that's what I believe the main aspect of your game is, unless you can think of the story as a second-hand thing and the combat is the first, and that's a different thing. But for me, the story is important, and I wish that they focused on the story optimization. That's one of the things that I wished for. But yeah, apart from that, Shin as a character, I mean, we only saw one glimpse of Shin and one glimpse of Jingren, so we have no idea, and also one glimpse of Qingshao, so we also have no idea how these characters are actually, how they are actually like. But I am really excited for Qingshao, mostly because she has the unlimited blade works kind of aura going around her, and Shin reminds me of Hoenn Sky of Dark from FGO. So like, yeah, Hoenn Sky is hot. She's super hot. Fox ladies win. But yeah, I mean, overall the story felt more like a prologue than a act 1 of sorts. It was mostly into diving into Yang Yang's backstory, how Yang Yang will grow, her growth arc basically, and the introduction of Sui Sui. Now I wonder if Sui Sui will appear in the next what should I say, patch, because her banner ends. There's no more story for her. Her entire story was revealed in this prologue area, and Yang Yang is the main character, is the icon of Wuthering Waves, so she probably would have more story in future arcs, but I don't think Sui Sui is gonna get that treatment, which kind of sucks, which honestly kind of sucks. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, what were your thoughts on this entire patch? Like, I think overall the world is great. I mean, they really needed to optimize stuff here and there. Like the performance still sucks on my 4070 with ray tracing on, but apart from that, I think they are slowly growing, slowly learning, very slowly, but they're still learning. I'm actually quite glad that they reduced the storage size of the game. That actually helped me a lot, because I don't like filling up my SSD. Like, it gets full pretty easily when you're recording videos and stuff, especially story videos of gacha games. So with that being said, that was my thoughts on the new patch, and this was my ToA Clear with Lucy and Aemeath. And now you will see these beautiful builds that I have, which are not really insane, but still it is still okayish. That S3 Lucy is carrying me hard. But alright, let me know what were your thoughts on the new patch, whether you faced optimization issues, whether you liked the story, didn't like the story. Personally, I just I found the story to be a good 7 on 10, 8 on 10. Like, it's a nice prologue, it's interesting, it fills you with curiosity, but still, like it still leaves you for wanting for more. And because you don't really actually know what's actually going on, like you don't really know what's going on, except for the fact that some auto puppets got corrupted and this and that. I mean, there's more to the game, I know, and we're gonna learn it slowly, but yeah, there's no goal that I see right now in the story, except simping for the banner character, which we always do, which we're gonna do next batch as well. We're gonna simp Ching Shao and Jing Ran. We're gonna simp for Recoleta in Wuthering Waves and Flynn's in Wuthering Waves. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Alright, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your clears. How was it? These are my thoughts. Honest thoughts. No drama farming or anything, because I mean, even if the game kind of crashes on me, fails on me, annoys me some of the times, I still like the game. It's enjoyable and I have a nice time playing it. So with that being said, thanks for watching. These are the rest of my builds if you want to see, and leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, support me please. Really helps. Really helps to, like, not have drama farming Wuthering Waves CCs on YouTube. Give the positive one some chance. But alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.